action.
Your name is Mickael. You are originally from Turkey, but kind of from France. Please tell us your story. S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît.
Okay. I want to share my story about, like, not my story, but my dream. Because before I was like working manager with going every morning and work, like with some seller, make seminary every day, blah blah blah. And one day I wake up, I don't want to go to work, like this kind of things coming many times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, 20 times. Oh, this is not my life. I call my boss. I say, we say in France, au revoir président. Say bye bye president, and I start to. First, I take my decision 1 year before, and between decision and the dream, like takes 1 year to start. And I see in my bank account, okay, not enough money. I'm not rich, but I can do it, because when you want to do some things, you can do it. And my dream is like to make a big trip, a world tour. And one day I talked with 2 of my best friends, and we're talking like about this. That I want to do a world trip, but it's difficult to start. And one of my best friends say, "Why? Do it." I say, "Yes, why not?" And in this day, I remember this day, it was in my mind, okay, I started, but I need to prepare this. Because preparation with family, that I go 3 years, not easy to say that for your parents, sister, brother, and family, and also your people who is near to you, your best friend. It's not easy. First, it was this mission, but the hardest mission is this. Otherwise, the other things is easy. And I take the decision to do it, and after start. But I don't know which mode of travel. One world, one world. The ticket travel package
around the world.
Yeah. Maybe this for 1 year. Say no, fly from country to capital, from capital, big city. Maybe it's not the best mode of travel. And I'm 33 years old. I have never hitchhiking maybe since 10 or 15 years before. I have not do hitchhiking, and I decided this mode of travel when I see in a Couchsurfer post. One man asked me, to host him, and I see his profile traveling like, I don't know, 80 countries with hitchhiking 5 years. So, wow, I see all the photo. I say yes, this is a good mode of travel. And I start this in Bordeaux, the 27th April 2012, and but before make a good party with all my best friends 1 week before start. And they asked me one question, was like, give me 3 reasons why do you want to do it? And I answered there like only like to be useful, because I do many volunteering to help people around the world. I try to do it, and to see different culture and human and nature, to see a bit of the place. It was what the 3 first words who come in my mind. And I asked there also, give me 3 words for you why you don't do it. And every time it's like, because I'm afraid to don't find my work, or again I have not I need to have a family now, or children, or it's like some things that they don't want to do. And I started, and I want to crossing fast Europe, because Europe for me is not so interesting. It's so near, I can go every time in Europe. And I start in Turkey to stay 3 months. It was difficult for me to leave Turkey, because it's my second country, and my family is there, and it was difficult to start again. It was like I start second time my world tour. It was a restart, to start again, And it was difficult. I stayed 3 months, and I start after with my first country. It was Iran, and I start with a high, how do you say, high hospitality. Maybe it's the most hospitality that I've never seen in my life is in Iran, because people are like hospital is like easy going to host people in their house. For example, here in Hong Kong, it's so difficult to find one people who help me to sleep in their house. I find 3, okay, between 50 customers. I don't know why, it's the culture maybe, or it's not same. In Iran, it was I refuse to sleep people. Because I walk in the street, everybody say, come in my house, say, sorry, but I need to continue my way. Hello, come in my house. I need to refuse. You understand what I mean? Yeah. And when we travel, you're feeling with hitchhiking this. Because when I hitchhike, like some countries, it's very difficult to find a car, a man who help you, just to take you in the car and go. But the man who stopped, every time is a good man, because he has a good heart. Because he sees someone make like this, he need help to go from here to here. He's not a good, he's not a big help. He don't ask money, this guy. And you have maybe 50 people who passed away, but the guy who stopped is a good guy. And 80% of case, he lost in the house. Yeah. And this mode of travel is like the best to see the local people and not touristic. Because if you want to go from, for example, I don't know, take a place like between, I don't know if some people have been in, like Baikal, Siberia, like in Russia, Baikal Lake. It's very fantastic, but too much touristic. And when I hitchhike between 2 touristic places, I'm most of time in some town village, because I stop in town village. And I start to make hitchhike in town village and in small village, sorry, English is so bad. And I decided to stay and don't go in touristic place, because it's so different, you know, in between touristic place and local people, like more near to tradition, more hospital, don't look you like money, and it's like completely different. And I think also about hitchhiking is not only for money, because in Iran it's very cheap to travel. Because petrol, it's only 10 cents dollar, US dollar. It's nothing, 10 cents dollar. You can make 200 kilometers only with 3 euros, like 30 Hong Kong dollar. It's nothing. But I still do hitchhike, because I like this now. I cannot take a fly. Last time I take a fly, because I have no choice between Japan and here. I'm in the fly, everybody like with the computer, don't talking with me. It's like, wow, it's so cold. No? I remember the flight maybe 15, 20 years before, people talking each other. But now it's like this computer, you see movies, they're not talking with you. But when you hitchhike, you have one solution, only you can talking with the guy. Because you are not in his home, but in his car. He accepts you in his car. Means you have immediately contact with local music, and every time because this guy stopped, means he wants to help you. And every time when you see that you are a backpacker, he recommends you the good place, or he invites you to eat somewhere or in the house. It depends the country. In Central Asia, it's like every time. But in Mongolia, it was a little difficult. Not same because yes, some touristic place. It's different. You need to pay every house, but it's good also. It depends the country. But with hitchhiking, you feel the country. You feel that here people are so afraid about media, that are afraid to take one guy or one woman to hitchhike, afraid from people. But some country you feel that they want to help you, they are not afraid. Okay, come, it's very common to help each other. And what can I say? I don't know. 18 country, 18 months. Because I don't go very fast, I chose to have time, because I have time. My plan was 1 year from France to Australia or New Zealand, but maybe it takes 2 years and a half to do it. Because I take time, I work, I need time also to volunteering. And my trip, my plan is to do 3 continents after Australia, to go to Latin America, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Cuba, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and come back. Argentina, Brazil, and after Africa. The best for the last, for me, I think it's Africa. Because my second dream is to create an organization to help people in Africa. It's my second dream. I want to do it, and it's because I need to win money at the same time in my trip to come in Africa and create something for people who need help. Because there are really a lot of people in Africa who need help. And what can I say? I don't know. What if you have some question, you can ask some question. I told what I have in my mind, but it's not. If you have some question or interesting about hitchhike travel, I know that for women it's different. It's more difficult.
I was going to say it would be harder to do.
But I saw many women who do it. I was so surprised. Yes, to see. So in Central Asia also, when go in some guest house, sometimes you see some foreigners and some women hitchhike from where? From Korea to France. She was like 20 years old. Wow. Like I see many. I have met maybe, I don't know, 1,000 car or 2,000 or 3,000 car, because sometimes only 5 kilometers, sometimes 500 kilometers. I have never one problem. Never. One time I feel some, aggressivity in Iran. I feel me back, say, wow, two guys who are drinking. It's like, when I say like I come from France, start to be, I don't know, aggressive with me. Going to a very dark place. It's very dark. So wow, it's very bad for me. I want to take all my luggage. But never you must be afraid. Because if you are afraid, man is like dog, if you are afraid, they don't trick you. I believe this. If you have a good energy and it's okay, no worry. Good energy attracts good energy. I believe this. And this guy was wonderful because he go in the small way to find a bus to pay for me, a bus to go to Tehran. The same guy that I was afraid. Wow, he was a good guy, not a bad guy. Yeah. And 2,000, 3,000 car, 18 months, never meet a bad guy. Every time good people. Every time. I have not a bad memory. Only one in Japan, but I cannot share about this. Maybe I can. It's not difficult to speak about this.
When you come to a new country or new city, what are your goals in this place, in each new place?
First, it depends to find voluntary. Because you traveling is good, but someone speak French here. Tu t'en lasses, pas la marre. I don't find this world. Nobody speaks the one. Okay.
Really close.
I want a translation about this. Putain de merde. It's okay. It's when you travel, you don't enjoy. If you travel 3 months, 6 months after, it's like okay, you can have the beautiful place of the world. It's okay, you don't enjoy this.
You
place.
get exhausted.
Yeah,
you get exhausted.
You can't exhaust it. Yeah, right. And you need to work in. It's because first I check if there are some volunteering to do and walk away, woofing, helping. There are many websites for do it. And I start with this. Or sometimes travel for myself also. Check. But I have no plan. I hate the plan. Because plan change every time, every day. I take the visa for China today, but I don't know when I leave. Maybe in 2 weeks. Because my birthday is 28 November. But maybe I celebrate this here. And he want to come enjoy with me my birthday. It's a Friday and Saturday. This Friday or Saturday.
Are you keeping?
Friday and Saturday because
Are you keeping a diary or an online journal of your travels? Are you writing stories?
Blog, yeah, I write, but
En français.
yeah, in French. I don't do a blog because it takes time.
Yeah.
And Facebook. I write. I have many books that I sent. Sorry? No, I read. When I start, it was like every 2 days, 3 days, but now it's every week. Because I have no time to do it. But 2 times in the week, like this. I try to do it, be regular, because, but I write when I have a big emotion. No, not often. I don't hurt you, sorry.
What is the most unforgettable experience?
So far.
In India, with children. Yeah, orphan children. Orphan. It was not orphanage children in the very poor area, and they are never see foreigners because it was forbidden for foreigners. Between Pakistan and India, you have an area where there are not foreigners. It's forbidden. And one day I go near to this place, I sit down, I want to go with pen. I want to buy 300 pen for this school, and I have no money with me, no cash band. And I was so sad. So wow, I cannot go here without nothing, because I ask you pen. Okay. And one guy comes, say, wow, you look like so sad. What happened? I say, I want to buy a pen, but no cash machine. Okay, for what? Because I want to buy a pen for this school. I want to go in this school tomorrow. That's good. I'm a teacher, he say me. Okay, fine. He's not interested in that. No. And this guy was teacher, and he said me, you come with me in this school, but they are never see foreigners, and it's orphanage children. If you want to help there, you can come with us. So of course, and it was one of my best experience with these children. So I don't know, because so different mind about like most developed countries. You know, some country in France, for example, sometimes they fight the teacher. But here in India, in this poor place, it was like they asked me only pen, only one pen to write, only this. And every morning they wake me with a notice position. It's like, Namaste, Mickael, every morning at 8 p.m. Big emotion. Yeah. Big emotion. It was one of my best.
Let me ask you another question. There's about a dozen people at this table. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I would guess that most people here, from the time they were about 21, 22, or younger, they got a university education or something, then they got a job. Why did they do that? Because they thought they were supposed to, because they needed money, and that most of us, Canada, Hong Kong, America, wherever, we work because we have to. You know, if most people won the lottery tomorrow and won $10 million US, probably wouldn't work so much anymore. So we all work, but we get caught up, and maybe you're saving to impress another person. You're saving because you want to save money for children. You buy property so that you'll be secure in your retirement. But for you, you're kind of on a different path, and I'm just curious, of the years you've been traveling now, do you still have those same ambitions, or is your so-called meaning of life somewhat different than the rest of us now?
That's a good question. Wow. You know, about money, every people maybe thinks like traveling like this costs most of money. But for me, money, it's every time against time. You choose time or money. I choose time because I do from Bordeaux. You can maybe not believe me, but I don't lie. I don't know why I can lie about this. From Bordeaux to India, I do with €5 means like it's $8 per day. I do it. It was my objective. Because I want to do like a world trip, 3 continents. I cannot do maybe 50, 60 countries. We spend $1,000. No, I cannot do it. It's not possible. Means when I can do it with $7, $8, I do it. Simple life. One tent, hitchhike, and I need only eating. So just this. When you know that 65-7% of the world live with $2 per day, you can do it with $5, $7, $8 per day. And about your question, yeah, of course, after 18 months, it's not so long, 18 months, no, not so long. Maybe after 3 years, my mind changed more completely. Now to start to change. How to say? I was manager supervisor with 30 sellers. I working, I win money, okay, many money. And after I stop it, and I spend all my money and start my world tour, okay, and in Hong Kong, for example, it's a place for working, to make business, to send some electronics or what you want in Europe and other country to make money. But it's so hard for me after doing many volunteering where I work with my heart. only talking.